Um, what is the reason for Carnival In? For me, it's to create and share that experience of, being part of the carnival build up, um, the vibe, the energy, the culture, and having people participate in that and, fall in love with it, and sharing that with people who are familiar and unfamiliar with carnival.
I'm Carver, right? My reason or why we do Carnival In, um, I allude to cricket. It's kind of like Carnival and it's like 2020 cricket option versus like test cricket. So a test match is like a longer experience as Carnival is a more, like a week, 2 weeks in any different Carnival culture scenario. What we try and provide is Carnival in a capsule of sort. So the array of events, the various experiences, the hype, the build-up, with all the elements of Carnival as many as we could, truncate into an intense 3-day, 4-day Carnival in a rush scenario. It's almost Carnival for the millennials. It's snap, 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 and back to normal. So that's how we want to, inundate you with a weekend filled with carnivalness in a capsule.
My name is Peter, one of the stakeholders in Carnival En, and what I want to also add to what Carver said is also when you do Carnival, especially Carnival in Trinidad, one of the things that I always hear is that I always hear people say that fluent for Carnival, it wasn't a vacation at all, It was more, they actually need a vacation after taking that vacation. And what we have done is sort of captured that feeling at that moment. I said, hey, if we can do this and create that, then that's a win-win situation. So what Carnival wants to create, ideally, and why is because, hey, we could give you a Carnival experience for a weekend and still you feel like if you were on vacation. You still feel like if you got the best of both worlds. And that's basically what we're trying to capture. And it's also time efficient in terms of you don't need a week to catch up on. All you need is a weekend. All you need is 4 days to get your belly full. The best of the best. One takeaway that we came up with is that we all came as strangers and we left as friends. And that's kind of like one of the biggest moments, the aha moments that hit us at that point in time, because that is actually what happened. People, and it feels like when we left there, I left there with friends that I knew for years, because of the entire experience. And that is what we ultimately want to make sure we provide people when they leave there with that sense of not only a sense of a great experience, but a sense of gaining new friends, the new carnival buddies, new people to link up when you go to their part of the world, whatever it is. That's what we ultimately want to create. Not just take you to somewhere to exotic place to party, but also help you to make friends, meet your husband, meet your girlfriend, meet your boyfriend.
For me, the reason behind it all is, as Peter was saying, it's not just the experience of, partaking in a carnival-esque, event or a carnival-esque weekend. It's also like that social factor to it where you make new friends, and that to me is like a big component for Carnival
so that we built a community, and it was different to us doing silent morning as a one-off party. You come fuck with us, but we pump today, we party together, and then we leave, and I ain't seen it till next Carnival next year. This Carnival End scenario allow people to have this sequential order of let me get back in the mix. How we see that chick tomorrow, that dude. So it's a niche. It's a different angle on the thing. A new community vibe, and who won that? They won that.
as far as like the business aspect of it, as Carver mentioned, the business model shifted, from Carnival Events and post-COVID to now we're in the middle of COVID. There's a lot going on. People are scared to take the risk to go out. So part of the business, we had to figure out, okay, how do we mitigate these risks that will make people comfortable, with traveling? That'll make people okay with, okay, once we get there, are we going to be in a bubble? Like what is going to happen? So that uncertainty we had to figure out as part of our business plan, so that people are comfortable with traveling. We also had to work with like the hotels, the event spaces, and, coordinating things like transportation, food. There's so much that goes into, planning and executing something that, you want to always think about the patrons, making sure that they're happy, but we also want to make it a safe event. And you can't really, when it comes to safety, you can't really put a price point on it. So it's just coordinating all those things from, mitigating the risk associated with coordinating with the hotels and event space and logistics and all these things that factor into it. And, I would say we have a great team that, we're always thinking win-win. Like, it's not like, okay, this can't work. We'll figure out something that works for everybody. So that is an important part of our business model. Like win-win. What works for everybody? What works for us? What works for the hotel? What works for our patrons? What works for everybody? So that we're all happy at the end of the day.
Business aspect of it, which to me is the rub, you know what I'm saying? Why we do it, you know what I'm saying? Not just the emotional connection to it, but the financial connection to it. I could safely say that everybody that's involved look at this as a business, it's a big business. And gone are the days where people that say, oh, well, they're just a promoter who do, a little something here and there, whatever. There are companies formed around this type of event planning landscape. There's companies that are formed around the carnival aspect by itself. Carnival is big business, and we recognize that. And we recognize that in the other ventures that we have done. We recognize how much money we spend to put that on and how much potential money we make when it's a successful event. So if you look at it as a business, we have a business model, just like a business has a business model. We have a profit and loss margin, we have a net gain, we have all those things just like a business, and we treat it just like a business. When we go about creating the price point for an event, it's never just guesswork. We calculate, we rigorously go through the cost of everything, we rigorously go through what vendors cost, what place, what everything costs, and then we set our price point. Just like our businessman would set a price point on one particular product, a can of peas or a bag of rice or whatever. It's never guesswork. So when you think about it in terms of the business aspect of it, even though we may not fit the typical business man mold, our sense and our purpose at the end of the day is about making a profit on whatever we do, So, and I could safely say that everybody here has that same thought and feeling when it comes to the business aspect of it. So,
the amount of business sense and planning and logistics that go into Carnival Inn is not like a typical party. It's not a one-day event. It's not a in a country event where folks just have to drive, party, and return. So the layers of planning and engagement with the hotels and stuff, it's way more complex than what we've done in the past for almost 2 decades. It was way more technical. We've done technical things Island Morning with 2 boats and 3 boats in one day and thing that was crazy. But that right there, Carnival Inn that was crazy. So once again, just want to say cheers to the team, but we have to consider that. So if we pull it off, then we're more than ready to do it under normal circumstances or closer to normal. So yes, the business end of it, yeah, because we had the hard times effort. We did it through Guava season. So just saying that to say.
So the vision for Carnival in Cancun within the next 5 years. Casper, Carver, and I, we've spoken about this, of course, because this is who we are. And ideally, we wanna be able to expand our audience. We want to be able to expand the brand and just basically make it a bigger type of event. For my vision is almost a festival type weekend where you can safely have 1,000 people that's coming to Carnival, and sky's the limit as far as I see it. My vision is to take it to some of the most exotic places in the world that you would never even think will accommodate Carnival En, at some place that you've never even thought of going, but it's still an exotic location, or you just never had the ways and means to really put it all together and take a group of people to a festival.
5-year vision for the Carnival En concept. Just like he said, we just generally want to build it to its maximum potential for us and for patrons to have that kind of.
So for me to expand, get more people there, but also give you more of what Carnival is and give you more of, let's say we go to a location in Africa, give you a bit of that culture also. And have the locals participate, not just, as service providers, but also, possibly open it up to locals. So 5 years, I would say expand, grow, and also have people experience, the cultures there as part of Carnival En, Carnival En, not just Carnival in Cancun, Carnival En wherever we go. And just to create those experiences, learn from the cultures, bring our own culture, and just make it like a melting pot. It's like, we're like the gypsies of Carnival right now. Take it wherever we pick up and go. Vision for digital marketing is, again, we all want to expand. We all want to reach new people, engage a new audience, whether that's people who's familiar or unfamiliar with Carnival En, Carnival, people who may have an interest in traveling. They may want to go to, let's say we do Carnival in South Africa. They may have an interest in going to South Africa, but, they're like, I don't really want to go to South Africa alone. When you see like there's a group now, like this community around Carnival En, and you see that, you might be a little more comfortable. What is this? It builds interest. So like for me, the digital marketing would be to get people familiar with the brand and familiar with what we do and get them comfortable and interested in traveling with us and experiencing Carnival En, experiencing that social factor, just experiencing all things that comes along with the Carnival En brand.
In terms of what are we expecting from the digital media marketing aspect of Carnival En? Again, it's just a matter of really just one, brand awareness, two, really just building a strong community around the event. So once we decide that, hey, this is our schedule for the next year, then it's just a matter of informing people that it's happening.
That's our need, where we see digital marketing fitting into our business model. I think it's easy and safe to say now in 2021 that we are living in a digital world, or at least we coexist there. So because we coexist in a digital world, it's clear that we operate on two platforms, tangible real world and then digital world. And in order for us to be successful in a digital world, we have to have the facilities and the structure to exist in that world successfully and to benefit from it and what the world has to offer, which is, as they mentioned before, the other guys mentioned about exposure, brand awareness, community building,